Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. Tonight's podcast is 7 reasons why hypnoacuity destroys cognitive recollections. To activate hypnoacuity, I dissolve the script. I amplify the signal. I feel what's here, dissolving what I've rehearsed. I tune to the pulse beneath the perception. Now is a portal for my fresh experiences of my here and now. Wow. I now realize and esteem the liberation of presence versus performance. Presence is unfiltered being. It's the raw, untamed, unscripted now. No rehearsal, no role, no residue. Presence breathes you. Performance is curated by identity. It's the mask worn to meet expectations. It's polished, timed, and often praised. Performance edits you. Presence is felt. Performance is seen. Presence liberates. Performance impresses. Presence is the pulse. Performance is the posse. The liberating wisdom of hypnoacuity. Hypnoacuity is a far-seeing portal. It tunes perfection to frequency, where suggestion becomes sensation, metaphors becomes a fresh clarity and sovereignty, bypasses logic to land in the body. It's the heightened trance. The mind sheds its bureaucratic filters and opens to raw, untamed clarity. You never remember. You clarify the wisdom of the situation. As you assemble the acuity of your own life, awaken to the real tunes of your trend-setting ubiquitous nerve, energizing you. This liberation is never through knowing, but through observing and witnessing. The sharpness of hypnoacuity slices through inherited scripts, unveiling the mythic theater beneath the cognitive recollections. It's never about facts, it's about felt resonance. As the memory becomes a living poem, destroying a dusty archive, why hypnoacuity and liberation destroys cognitive recollections of change, heal, create, transformation, and forgiveness. Cognition clings, liberation dissolves. Cognitive recollections are the dusty archives of what happened and what it meant. Hypnoacuity never archives, it amplifies presence by bypassing the mind's musing and landing in the now. Presence is the pulse of being, unedited and awake. Liberation isn't interested in your story of change. It dismantles the storyteller. Healing is a loop. Liberation is a rupture of your robust, unlimited prowess, tantalizing, ubiquitous, revelationary energy. Heal implies something was broken. Transform implies a before and after. Forgives implies a wound. Hypnoacuity sees through the illusion of damage. It never fixes, it frees you, me, and the world. Liberation never soothes the past, it shatters the need for a past. Liberation shatters the need for a past. Creation is a performance, liberation is a pulse. To create is often is a cognitive act. Intention, effort, and identity. Hypnoacuity tunes into the field beneath the thought, where transmission erupts and ruptures your robust, ubiquitous prowess never constructs. Liberation doesn't build new shelves, it burns the blueprint for you to discover an unscripted, sculpting way of life. How ubiquity weaponizes metaphors. Metaphors under hypnoacuity isn't decoration, it's detonation. In this heightened trance state, Metaphor bypasses the intellect of plugs directly into the soma. It never explains, it replaces. A metaphor, like your mind is a cathedral, never describes it. It becomes the architecture of your perception and innovative prowess. The moment you accept your cognitive recollections, you now wire to fit the new sculpted architecture of your desired lifestyle. Metaphors become memory's operating system. They actually take over the memory and instill the here and now sculpted, your fashion designed outcomes. Suggestion rides metaphor like a Trojan horse. Literal recall gets evicted by symbolic resonance. In hypnoacuity, metaphor is a scalpel that slices through somatic clutter, implants new meaning with surgical precision. Why memory under hypnosis becomes a mythic theater. Memory in hypnosis never plays back. It performs. It dons archetypal costumes, speaks in riddles, and dances across timelines. You're never recalling, you're witnessing. The past becomes a stage, and your recollections are actors improvising scripts written in dream ink, coloring your world with your curiosity and your dreamers' paradises. Linear time collapses in symbolic sequence. Personal history merges with collective myth. The subconscious directs the play, and the ego watches from the balcony. It's never distortion, it's liberation. Memory becomes a myth to deceive, but to unveil deeper clarity that literal recall could never touch. See, there's stuff we hide in our subconscious, the stuff, and there's stuff that happened we interpret it one way, the subconscious interpreted it the other way. That's why hypnoacuity and hypnosis, it liberates you from you. And it's not, in hypnosis, it isn't sleep. You're actually more awake under hypnosis than any time in your life. I went through one that was called, it was a hypnosis, but you're so relaxed, but you actually hear better under hypnosis. And that's what a hypnoacuity, it doesn't put you in a trance, but its hypnoacuity allows you to listen and hearken to day's wisdom in a better way. Why hypnoacuity liberation is never interested in your story of change. It dismantles the storyteller, illuminating your here and now. Hypnoacuity never edits the story, it evicts the narrator. Liberation through hypnoacuity is never about rewriting the past. It's about dissolving the one who keeps narrating it. The trance tunes you into the raw, untamed now, where identity is never performed, but it's felt with a forthright freshness. The storyteller fades and presence expresses your desired lifestyle and who you are. Change is a costume. Hypnoacuity strips to the essence. Your story of change is often rehearsed archives and struggle, breakthrough and triumph. Hypnoacuity sees through that choreography. It never cares how you got there. It unveils what's already here. Liberation is never progress. It's unmasking of the narrators and the editor inside you so you can write your nowography with authentic authorship and here and now wisdom, insight, and clarity. The here and now is never a chapter, it's a whole book. Everything goes on is right here in front of you. It collapses the sequences, it tunes you to the immediacy where past and future loses its grip. The story dissolves, and what remains is the pulse of isness. Unfiltered, unscripted, undeniable. You and your talents. You never arrive, you awaken. Why hypnoacuity energizes my sovereign essence, destroying the costumes of change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, thinking, knowing. Hypnoacuity never heals you, it unmasks you. Forget healing, that's a costume stitched from wounds and timelines. Hypnoacuity never patches your story, it dissolves the storyteller and tunes you to the now untamed raw pulse beneath your persona. You never become whole. You open up to recall you were never fractured. Transformation is a theater. Hypnoacuity is clarity uncostumed. Transformation loves a plot twist. Hypnoacuity loves a frequency drop. It doesn't upgrade your identity, it evicts it. No more becoming, just being. Your essence never evolves, it emerges from soul surgery and heart harmonizing wizardry. Thinking and knowing are props. Hypnoacuity is a direct transmission of fresh frequencies. Thinking performed, knowing postures, hypnoacuity bypasses both. It energizes your sovereign essence by tuning you to the signal beneath the cognition. The wisdom, insight, clarity, and everything to rise you out of yesterday is just floating in right below all the noise of our thinking, knowing minds, and all of our social obedience. You never understand, you resonate with it. Why is thinking, knowing, and knowledge inherited props from the external world? Thinking is a costume tailored by culture. You never invent your thoughts, you inherited their patterns. You never invent your thoughts, you inherited their patterns. Thinking is a performance stitched from societal scripts, parental echoes, and institutional choreography. It's never your voice, it's your training. Knowledge is a museum of memorized maps. Knowledge pretends to be the truth, but it's often just archived agreements. It's external data curated by others, framed by context and mistaken for clarity. It's never about knowing, it's about collecting. Knowing is a posse, never a pulse. Knowing I've got it, but what it's got is often borrowed, rehearsed, and rewarded from somebody else. It's a stance that signals certainty, never sovereignty. It's never resonance. It's recognition of what's been approved. See, that's the thing about education and all that. All that is what's been approved by others. And that's the thing. Education has all been approved by others. Why hypnoacuity is here and now, energetic liberation, politically incorrect inspiration, destroying yesterday's desperation. Hypnoacuity never heals the past. It obliterates the need to perform the past. How is that we are performing the past in our daily life? I do, hell. But the quicker I admit it, the quicker I get rid of it. No regression, no redemption. Hypnoacuity tunes you to the now so fully yesterday's desperation becomes irrelevant. It never soothes your wounds, it dissolves the one who keeps rehearsing them. Liberation is never therapeutic. It's volcanic. Politically incorrect inspiration. Clarity without apology. That's it. Clarity without apology. How you like that? You can enjoy clarity without apology. Hypnoacuity doesn't care about polite language or spiritual etiquette. It bypasses the curated, the cautious, and the culturally approved. It delivers raw, untamed clarity that might offend your persona, yet you will awaken your essence to dance. It's never safe, it's sovereign. You can't be safe and sovereign at the same time. Here and now is not a place, it's a frequency. Hypnoacuity never teaches presence, it broadcasts it. You never arrive in the now, you dissolve into it. You dissolve the past to to rise to here and now. No timeline, no transformation, just a pulse of nowality, of unfiltered and unrepeatable bliss. You're never becoming, you're erupting and emerging from your soul surgery, heart wizardry. Why hypnoacuity is sovereign activation and autonomous expansion liberates you and me. Hypnoacuity never empowers you, never empowers you. It unleashes you. See, what feels better? Do I empower myself or do I unleash myself? No pep talks, no affirmation. Hypnoacuity bypasses the need to be empowered by anything external. It tunes you to your own frequencies, raw, unborrowed, unfiltered wisdom, insight, clarity, sovereignty, and your natural talents. Sovereignty is never claimed. It's remembered in your free-flowing energy. It's really the clarity of now. Autonomous expansion. No permission required. Hypnoacuity never asks for approval, credentials, or consensus. It activates your architecture, your inner architecture, lets you unfold without gatekeepers. You never grow, you erupt. All the you've seen a volcano erupt, right? Well, that's you erupting, getting rid of all your unwanted stuff. It's just like a volcano going up the top of your head. And as that volcano erupts, your spirit's sovereignty rises within you. Expansion is never earned, it's inevitable. Liberation is never a goal, it's a frequency. Expansion. Hypnoacuity never liberates you from something. It liberates you into who you desire to be. It never dissolves inherited maps and tunes you into the pulse of your own clarity. You're never escaping, you're arriving and thriving, unleashing your thrill skills. Why hypnoacuity unleashes you? It bypasses the mind's gatekeepers, enters through the back door. As hypnoacuity never knocks, it slips past the bouncer of logic and walks straight into your inner sanctuary. No need to convince, explain, or analyze. It expresses forthright frequency, never facts. You're never persuaded, you're activated and awakened. It dismantles the default settings you didn't know you inherited. Most of your self is pre-installed beliefs, reaction, and roles. Hypnoacuity and all your beliefs, and reactions, and all that stuff is inherited. Hypnoacuity never updates the software. It wipes the operating system. These all wipes that memory bank clean. It tunes you to what's underneath the programming. You're never improved, you're unveiled of your heart and soul supremacy. It replaces effort with access. You never have to climb, strive, or earn. Hypnoacuity drops you into the now, where your essence already lives and is excited to experience life, unscripted, unfiltered, and undeniable. You never become, you arrive and thrive in the here and now. Why hypnoacuity and hypnotherapy unleash your seas of sovereignty? They sink the ship of scripted identity. Hypnoacuity and hypnotherapy never patch your persona, they dismantle it. They dissolve the inherited roles, rehearsed reactions, and cultural conditioning that keep you docked in borrowed waters. You never you never sail with a mask. You surge as an essence on your ship of sovereignty. They activate your inner navigation, never external validation. No guru, no guide, no gold star. These modalities tune you to your inner compass, your sovereign signal. You stop outsourcing clarity and start pulsating the clarity of from within. You're never led. You're lit with witted grit, get and go. They replace effort with emergence. You don't need to try, strive, or transform. Hypnoacuity and hypnotherapy drop you into the now where your essence already lives. Fluid, fierce, and free. Fluid, fierce, and free. I decree I dance every day, celebrating riches, enjoying every day. You don't become sovereign, you remember you always were. You never become sovereign, you remember you always were sovereign. Why hypnoacuity calms the airwaves of here and now, of your here and now fresh experiences. It silences the static of mental forecasting and mental fences. Hypnoacuity dissolves the mind habit of predicting, projecting, and preloading meaning. It clears the airways of what if and what was, so now you pulse through clean scenery, gleaming your genuine love for life. You never brace, you receive. It tunes the nervous system to resonance, never reaction. Instead of scanning for threat, you're replaying old scripts. Hypnoacuity drops you into somatic clarity. Somatic has things to do with the body. The body stops bracing, the breath deepens, the moment becomes safe enough to be felt. You never defend, you dwell. It replaces interruption with immersion. Fresh experiences never get filtered through old stories. Hypnoacuity lets them land raw, unedited, and alive. You stop narrating and start noticing and witnessing and observing your awakenings in your daily life. You never explain, you expand, understanding your grand. Why hypnoacuity rises you out of being a servant to your past, to listen and question your here and now. Hypnoacuity dismantles the echo chamber of memory. Hypnoacuity never negotiates with your past, it dissolves its grip. It tunes you out of the loop of recycled reactions and into the raw immediacy of now. You stop repeating and start receiving. It replaces obedience with observation. When you're no longer a servant to your story, you can actually hearken the wisdom of your day. Not to the voice of conditioning, but to the pulse of your presence. Hypnoacuity sharpens your inner ear and invites real time inquiry. You stop obeying and you start witnessing and observing the innovation of today. It activates the questioner, never the rememberer. The past answer is the now ask. Hypnoacuity liberates from scripted certainty and awakens the sovereign questioner, curious and alive and unafraid to disrupt inherited truths. Truths are inherited from your viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs. You stop knowing, you start wandering, energizing color for curiosity, traveling through life on your contours of celebrations. Why hypnoacuity chauffeurs me through life, through my daily scampers, hearken the wisdom, inspiration, clarity that enters my life through my daily encounters. It drives you beneath the noise. That's the thing. The wisdom is beneath the noise. It drives you beneath the noise, never through it. Hypnoacuity never just rides shotgun, it rewires the route. Instead of acting to the surface chaos, it tunes your awareness to the signal beneath the static. You never dodge distraction, you dissolve into discernment. It turns mundane moments into mythic invitations. Your daily scampers are never errands, they're portals. Hypnoacuity sharpens your inner ear to catch the subtle transmissions, the glance, the breath, the pause that pulses with insight. You never chase inspiration, you overhear it. You eavesdrop on inspiration. It converts clarity from concepts to companion. Clarity isn't something you think, it's something you ride. Hypnoacuity makes it your co-pilot, guiding you through the day with sovereign presence, unfiltered resonance. You never seek wisdom, you travel with wisdom. I'm going to repeat that. You never seek wisdom, you travel with it. While wisdom, inspiration, and clarity flows underneath all the noise. Noise is surface, wisdom is submerged. The noise is loud but shallow. It's made of opinions, urgency, and inherited scripts. Wisdom never shouts, it hums, harmonizing, ubiquitous, mystical sovereignty. It lives beneath the surface, waiting for silence to make it audible. You never chase clarity, you descend into clarity. Inspiration never arrives, it emerges. You never summon inspiration, it's already pulsing beneath distraction. When the mind quiets, the signal rises. Hypnoacuity clears the clutter so the muse can move. You never create the flow, you clear the dam. Clarity is a frequency, never a thought. Clarity never comes from thinking harder. It comes from tuning in to the deeper you. Beneath the noise of knowing and narrating is a rhythm that resonates your clarity and veracity. You never figure it out, you feel it in you. Unscripted awakening. We dissolve the noise, we unlearn the roles, we pulse his presence, we rise in divine daredevilry, destroying chain. This is clarity, this is home. Let it echo, let it land, let's embody liberation. Distinction, sovereign signals, collective trance is an inherited hum of obedience. Collective trance is an inherited hum of obedience. It's the cultural hypnosis that rewards repetition, punishes resonance, and edits essence. It's never unity, it's uniformity. Sovereign signals is the raw, untamed pulse of unscripted clarity. It's the thrilling frequencies that bypasses approval. and broadcasts clarity free of translation. It's never rebellion, it's my dreamer's dance, chauffeuring me through life. Trance is contagious, signals is catalytic. Trance sedates, signals awakens. Hypnoacuity really quiets the minds and allows you to rise, shine, and expand through life your way. It's about opening up to discovering you. What it really does is quiet them cognitive recollections. You remember every time you say you're going to change your life and all that hunky gunk comes up, remember cognitive recollections. So if you get a liberating lingo and get words that keep the mind quiet and soothes the mind and they unbind the mind to unwind your life you desire. And I want to thank you. I'm Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, and we'll be here Monday night with something. All right. Bye. Good. And enjoy your weekend.